8 o'clock on the dot, baby.
Today, there we go.
I think that's about as fast as we've got all four people in here, like ever.
Right.
Featuring camera.
Broken clock's right twice a day.
Right?
What up, Tony? Tony? What's happening, my man?
How's it going, man? How are you doing?
Living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
Absolutely right. Appreciate you guys having me on tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
First
Okay.
TikTok live with you guys. Look at that.
Hey, dude, that's freaking awesome. I love it. Okay, so we've got to change this effect because I didn't consider the thing shortening.
What's that? Oh, your
My,
background.
my square shortened, so now what was perfectly set where I want it is now like half cut off.
Is that because you're sitting farther back?
No, it's because I actually moved the logo up on the picture.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because
Okay,
the way it
I
was
gotcha.
defaulting, it was like right here. So I wanted it
Yeah.
up a little bit, and I raised it too far because
Makes
my
sense.
box shrank.
It's all right. I'm in my car right now, so I'm in my in-laws and one and a half bedroom little cabin up in Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Not a lot of places to sit with
Oh
them or
wait,
sit and do this. So
yeah, I can see that. Well, we appreciate you taking the time away from the
ah,
fam to do this with us. We appreciate that.
appreciate you guys having me on. I'm just trying to find a good balance with this thing here so I don't have to hold the phone the whole time.
Is
Yeah.
it snowing up
And get
there?
halfway decent lighting.
Oh, of course.
Is it snowing up there?
Okay.
It is, yeah. It's coming down right now. It's probably gonna get I think they said 3 to 6 inches tonight, and it's snowing back home right now. So I think I'm gonna go back home tomorrow to 10 plus inches on the ground. Good
Jesus
times.
Christ. That's
Yeah,
why.
it just started here, but it only lasted a little bit here.
Yep. Yeah. Chicago. I live in the Chicago area, and I got hit pretty hard today. So you're getting whatever's left over off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got it about 4 hours before you did because I'm in St. Louis.
Yep. And Pickles over there is just chilling in cold weather.
Dude, it's 74. It's freezing.
He's like, I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about. What's the snow
Bro,
you mention of?
I filmed that video and it was 20 degrees last night and I
Oh,
was
I do. I guarantee it.
freezing.
I don't miss any of it. Not one bit. That's exactly why we left Ohio.
Steve, you want
Fair
to answer
enough.
that ball question? How do y'all feel about the Motive Evoke hysteria?
It's one of the best balls Motive has out right now, hands down. Was not a fan of the original Evoke. Thought it was too rolly.
Hey,
They
Daniel.
put the pearl cover stock on it, and it is chef's kiss nice. If I was still a Motive head, I'd be throwing it.
Yeah, if you want to pay that extra dollar.
Hey,
It's
before I became a swag enthusiast, I was a Motive head.
right. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Motive. I mean, honestly, my biggest issue is price points.
If you got the pockets, throw it.
Yeah,
Throw it.
exactly.
But I loved Motive because of how controllable most of their pieces were, and swag is everything just like it, and it's far cheaper. So I wholeheartedly made the switch. I'm actually giving away 3 more Motive balls here soon.
Giving away.
Yeah, a buddy of mine's wanting to try their stuff out. He's also left-handed, and I'm like, dude, I'll give you the rest of my motive stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I've got a couple that I'm gonna give away as well.
So, spare ware. This is a new venture.
Talk to
Give
It
us
us.
the
is.
deets.
I guess I'll give you everyone the backstory. A little over a year and a half ago, just kind of like started to notice that no one was wearing anything bowling related outside of bowling, but all the same guys I've been bowling with for years, 45 weeks a year or so, all wearing Titleist hats and golf polos and Nike shirts. You know, if it wasn't a bowling jersey, it was some other brand. So I actually went looking, big hat guy. How the whole idea started. Just wanted a hat that I could wear at league, at tournaments without, it being something else. Couldn't find it. You can find dozens of hats for Storm, Motive, Brunswick, you name it, Hammer. Nothing that really caught my eye, and I was like, oh, I'd wear that grocery shopping. I'd wear that when I go pick up my kid from daycare. Nothing. And then I don't know, I'd just gotten laid off last summer, and I work in like food tech sales, so a very niche side of tech sales. Grew
Mm-hmm.
up in restaurants, so it's pretty relatable. And then I went, there's nothing. Started playing with names and ideas and designs for the better part of a year. Had the name, nothing, I've my wife, we're on here and she might not be, I don't know. She likes to stalk my stuff sometimes. I'm watching you. Uh, but uh, but
Yeah, we have no idea how that is.
please, yeah. Ugh. Um, uh, had the name and just, I've had dozens of ideas. I've looked at every restaurant concept known to mankind and been like, I can do that and do it better. Call it arrogance, call it cocky, call it just growing up inside of a restaurant. Never actually took the swing. I don't know, 6 months ago, I said, fuck it. I have the logo. I have a general idea. I'm gonna mock up some concepts, and then here we are. 6 months from that, mostly fully fledged, built website, product line. You guys know I'm obviously posting every single day or trying to. For the last,
Building the brand. I love that series,
yeah,
dude. That is a great concept.
Yeah.
yeah. I was challenged by a good friend and mentor of mine to do 100 posts in 100 days. I said I'll do 30, and he's like, "You'll do 100 if you actually want my help." And then, you know, here we are. So it has not become any more real until this series. A website you can do, I did myself. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. Um, Anyone can do that in theory and not spend a ton of money doing it. Now it's like, okay, shit, I'm actually sharing this publicly. It's a good swift kick in the ass. It's a good accountability tool to actually go do something with it and actually follow through on this dream and this goal. So, it's at its core was designed to give bowling something it doesn't truly have. There are a couple other brands out there. They're pretty small in following and in scope. Um, but how do we represent the sport of bowling outside of a jersey, right? Like I never want to do a jersey. We'll never touch one unless I'm sponsoring. Unless this is 3 years from now, we're sponsoring, a pro on the PBA tour and they're on TV. The only thing I want to do is get my logo on their chest. That's about it. I don't actually want to make the jersey. I love Coolwick. I love Bolify. I love all the jersey guys out there. Honestly, I have no interest in getting in their space. I want it's built truly to be something that we can wear, like golf wears their polos to the office. You wear
Right.
a golf hat just out running errands on the weekend if you're a golfer. You wear your Nike t-shirt, Under Armour t-shirt to the gym. I want it to be the same thing, and so it's truly built to be that lifestyle piece, not that just another jersey company.
Well, and that's actually a really valid a point you bring up, especially with the hats. Dude, my default hats are all Under Armour hats because they go with everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't wear a hammer hat. I wouldn't wear a storm hat. Now, I will probably wear a swag beanie and a swag hat because their logo's actually
Sure.
kind of cool looking. But
Yep.
like the default, I would never wear like a big brand's just hat just to wear out. I would grab my Under Armour hat and throw it on.
Yeah, and people have said like, oh, like you should collab with the, the big bowling ball companies of the industry. And I'm like, also no interest in doing that because everyone does that. Everyone's got rights to use Storm and Hammer and Swag and Motive and every other brand. And it's like, there's no like standalone brand for bowling outside of those guys. And again, you guys each have your brand.
I was going to say, that's what we're working towards, is that being a recognized brand.
Oh, we'll talk. But
My hats.
we'll be talking. I have
30s.
ideas, but like from a bowling ball perspective, you guys, all three of you have your brands, right? Your swag, Cobra, your swag. No, your Hammer.
Yeah, he's a
Pickles is
B7
swag.
guy.
Yeah, I'm swag.
I remember.
I'm the goofball of the
Same
group.
thing. Could do some co-branding. That might help broader appeal, but it's not, again, unless you're a swag guy, are you going to wear that Storm hat? No. And so I just shot you cornered maybe a fraction of the market, but you closed off to everyone else.
Right.
And so,
Was-
having that open market helps so much. It's diversity. Period.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
It's like, look at what good but terrible but good examples, like what Lululemon did for yoga. Their founder was super into like extreme sports, like snowboarding, skating, fun, active shit. And then he saw that no one was doing this for yoga. He went and off and did it for yoga. Then he found their crazy awesome fabric that Pickles, I'm sure, is going to be like, I wear it everywhere. Like
I do.
But I know.
I do.
But like,
I'm like, I get so much flack for it, but yeah, dude, Lululemon all day.
yep. And it's like, yeah, that's great. But I have Lulu stuff. I have a Lulu jacket, Lulu shirts, underwear. Love it. I don't practice yoga in the slightest. Maybe I should, from like a breathing and calming perspective.
Namaste.
I would say I do, but I do DDP yoga. I don't do Namaste yoga. I do Namaste yoga.
I don't even know what that means, so fair enough. I'm going to take your word for it.
Well, it's a yoga program that was designed by a former professional wrestler, Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
Fair. Love it. But yeah, so in a general sense, like that's the approach, I look at from every angle is like we in a lot of ways want to be the Lululemon of bowling, where it's like it's casual lifestyle wear for everyday life. I don't
Sorry,
hospice
Dillard.
yoga. Yes.
Dylan.
Hopefully yes. Hospice
Right.
yoga.
Putting depends in your future.
I'm still trying to get him sponsored by Depend. I'm sorry.
Bro,
I'm still trying.
There's so many.
If I need to make some reusable diapers next, just let me know. All right, we can figure that out.
Just put a logo on it. Spare wear diapers.
Hey, Pickles! Don't go sharing all my secrets already. All right, I know we had a great chat, but I don't know if you remember everything, and now I'm worried.
I'm just saying.
But no, I mean,
I'm gonna leave the car. I need to go get my laptop and start trademarking some shit. Hold on.
I get exactly what you're saying because I wear our BHB t-shirts out in public, but that's because I'm invested in the brand. I've got our mock BHB chamois, which Pickles is still the only one that doesn't have it yet because I'm terrible at throwing stuff in the mailbox.
I did not wear it. I put it up to put into like a little case because, respect, and you put hard work into it. So I want to keep it good.
Have you guys ever walked into like a grocery store with like a team jersey on and then see people look at you like sideways? like thinking that like you're a crazy dude because you're in a bowling jersey?
No, because I'm still waiting on my jersey.
Oh,
Oh, dude, I'll wear my bowling jerseys to go play disc golf. They're
Well,
comfortable.
Steve's the
oh yeah,
exception. He's
that's
like, I
you.
don't give a shit. I'm wearing it everywhere. I wear it to bed.
If it's comfortable
Steve's got
enough,
a
I'll wear
bowling
it.
jersey onesie over there. He just won't. He just hasn't said anything yet.
That's why I wear
Well,
headphones.
so
I just
I
ignore
mean,
it.
I will go ahead and admit this. Yes, it is a onesie. It is Unreal, and the Unreal logo is strategically placed.
Fair enough.
Exactly. It's a
Fair
onesie
enough.
with the foots, right?
with Brian, he has a marketable persona that he's developing here with the
Trying.
pickle and stuff. I got the molar. I mean, I can easily do my own branding off of that. Steve's starting with the BHB, and then he can eventually go out onto his own with some of the other things he's doing with his marriage counseling and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I think for the most part we're moving forward.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
we all
I mean-
have our niche.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my toes in a couple of other things, which
House pros.
it would not surprise me if me and my wife's venture winds up being the thing that blows up. To be 100% honest.
Love that.
I can see that because there needs to be a lot more sound mind out of that. There's too many people who are focused only on male or female instead of putting them all together. So I can see that.
Yep.
So how long have you been working at your brand right now?
We'll say 2 years in total. Realistically, you guys have seen everything within the last month or so. I'd say year and a half of like, oh, I have a name, I have an idea, I should do something with this. So it's all scaled from there. And then in the last 6 months, you've really seen most of everything come to fruition. So first set of T-shirts, the inaugural kind of spare 25 shirts for 2025, the year we officially, became an actual legitimate business. Drop here soon. Well, they shipped hopefully by now. They should be. I should have them by the time I get home tomorrow, if not early this week. Limited run, just to get the word out with some events that we're popping up at. Materials to finish the hats that I've ordered so far, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. So, 2026 has been what I've been saying is the official launch. So January,
Or then
February, supply chain, I have no idea, kind of just like waiting on shit to just show up. I'm like, cool, that tracking number doesn't actually help
Exist.
me if it says it's on a boat somewhere or, still in production. But great. Love it. I'll see it eventually, I hope.
Right.
Just please don't send it through USPS and we're good.
Now,
So-
did
all
you
know.
work all the kinks out with your hat press? Because the last video we were still having issues.
No. But that test, I think, was just cheap patches off of Amazon to make my kid a couple cute things because I got a 2.5-year-old. He loves Spider-Man. He loves all sorts of cool things. So I was just trying to make him hats because he sees me wear hats all day, every day. I'm hoping it was just a cheap patch. Obviously, the ones for the actual hats are custom manufactured to spec. That it's a raised silicone heat press item, so should in theory work much easier. I'm sure I'm gonna mess it up, to be polite to myself,
Everything's
a
trial and
number
error.
of times before I nail it. But oh well, it'll be fun. Worst comes to worst,
so
I'll have at least 6 or so spare snapbacks to just wear however I want.
Right.
Go ahead, Cobra. What were we gonna say?
you answered it. You said snapback. Now, are you going to get into 3930s and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think eventually. Snapbacks were just, selfishly a little bit what I would wear more often than not, but I kind of have a handful of designs set for spring and into summer. So we have a few kind of limited drop items, things that'll be very like kind of promotional. It's going to be a one-off drop or a limited run of a certain design. There's been a couple sneak peeks at it in some of my videos. There's like a purple circular emblem which has like a whole backstory to it that I plan to drop for like a spring summer. I don't know what hat it's going to go on yet. I know it's going to go on. We'll have various hats, beanies, things like that as we expand it, because not everyone will wear the snapback, right? I know it's a little selfish. It's also just what I like to wear, so it's
Well,
it's a
for
good
me,
benchmark for me to learn, what works and doesn't.
well, to me, I mow, so I can't wear a snapback because I would
Sure.
have a tan mark here and the rest be white. So that's why I don't like snapback.
Fair enough. Hopefully you're in Georgia?
Yeah,
Ohio.
Ohio,
Oh,
Cincinnati.
Ohio.
Yeah,
House Pros is in Georgia. I'm mixing people up. Um, Hopefully, you're not mowing right now, and therefore there isn't really a ton of sun. So
Right,
by the time
right.
you get back to it, I will custom make you one if I have to, so
Okay,
you don't get a patch of tan right in your forehead.
right.
Just, high vis hats, Squatch. Yes, there's a lot of ideas on that too, where like, I was telling Pickles, it's bowling's kind of like the blue collar golf, right? Like
Yeah.
white collar guys get to go golfing and have the time and whatever. Blue collar guys, you know, I've done it. You work nights, weekends, holidays, all sorts of shit. What do you have, right? Bowling.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. Obviously, it's the sport that brings us all together here. But I do have kind of like that high vis, rugged, kind of Carhartt esque line planned sometime. I just don't know when, because sourcing material that kind of fits the brand on that, not it's easy for like cheap high vis stuff, but for like high quality stuff that you would want to wear long term and that's going to hold up for you, a little bit different. So
Now,
in the works, I just got to figure it out.
what about like sleeves? Because that's one of the most popular accessories in bowling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, debating on that. Like even with like doing chamois, it might be like a one-off promotional item. Like if you order the new zip up hoodie or a jacket or something, maybe you get a free sleeve or a free chamois or something to that effect. But not trying to venture too far into the accessory game for bowling. Um, Again, staying more focused on like what can you wear outside of the
Yeah.
bowling center,
Yeah, just everyday wear
so
type
you're
stuff.
not
Okay.
wearing a jersey with your name across the back to the grocery store, because Pickles asked that question. I know why.
Yeah.
I did that one time and I will never do it again. I was walking across a local grocery store to get, I think, wipes, diapers, something. I don't know, man. And I was just like, I'm 6'5" and wearing a bright pink and green jersey with my name across the back of it was like it's a little embarrassing. Just a little.
Thanks, Michael.
And I was just, a billboard for a bowling brand. Quite literally a 6'5" billboard for somebody else. So anything I do promotional wise like that might be more, again, like a one-off series, like giveaway, limited run for, for early adopters, or, everyone. I posted about this at some length already. Like we're not going to do an on-staff program. I'm no interest in being exclusive for anybody unless you're on TV, right? If you're on TV, then yes, and I'm paying to have the name on you somewhere, then yeah, we need to have some sort of exclusive agreement for TV. But um, you know, anyone that's like in that partnerships ambassador esque type program that we're building, maybe it'll just be special drops for for those guys for anniversaries or milestones or whatever. Haven't
that was the
really.
next thing I was going to bring up. Is I love the fact that you're doing collabs and not staff.
Yep. Yeah, I don't truly understand the staff programming, to be honest with you. I'm also not a big like I only bowl with this brand guy. If you look at my bags, it's a hammer bag, one of them, but it's mostly like a mix of storm stuff. I do use hammer stuff as well, but like I don't I don't truly understand why, like, and again, not a knock on some of these other brands, but it's like, why would you be on staff with a jersey company if you're not getting paid? And I understand there's some kickbacks and there's some discounts and things like that, but how realistic is a lot of that for um your average collegiate bowler or young adult or even us? How many of those are you actually seeing on a regular basis? I don't know.
I was going to
So
say
it's more about.
I was staff with Bowlify for 2 years. I would not do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I would add to it is I know that when it comes to ball brands, we all kind of match up to certain balls.
Sure.
And we'll fall into a criteria for quite a while, but then I think we all venture out and try different things. But then when you find something that really works for you,
100%.
you're gonna want to tend to stay with that brand.
Yep. Roto Grip is those balls are the ones that hit the best for me currently. Anything in a storm line really, but like that's what falls to me naturally. But I'll carry a Black Widow in my bag every once in a while for old time's sake, for some nostalgia.
That was my old school goat, bro.
That was my very first kind of high performance ball. I bought the OG when it was like, I don't know, I think I bought it off some random website in 2007, 2008. And it was like almost $300, I feel like. And then I had to still go find someone to drill it for me.
Yeah, honestly, that was kind of the ball that got me to really, really get into bowling seriously.
Yep. Same. Well, at least back then, I took like 10 years off. So really only back in bowling for like 5-6 years now. But from like I guess I don't understand the whole staff thing. I'd rather work with good people and build something with somebody else, in some sort of unique one-on-one context than to just like, oh, you can only wear my stuff and only tag us and only do this, and you might get a kickback, you might not. Like, I don't know if they are, I don't know if they're not. This is not an accusation. It's got to work for both sides, and I don't want, I'd rather give more with no expectation of ever seeing anything in return to the sport and to the community to truly grow it. You don't need to give me anything back. If you do, great. Obviously appreciate it, but I'm not trying to shoot myself in the foot and hinder someone else's growth. Like, if you go on to get sponsored by somebody else later and they won't let you work with me, then at least I'm happy knowing that you used what you could to grow yourself in the sport further. And if you go secure the bag later in life from another brand, hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Like,
yeah,
I'm happy to just be a part of that journey. I don't need to be the entire journey,
Right.
Exactly. And Jolly Roger, he put in, if it's got a spider on the side, it's in my bag. One of my best friends in bowling, we've been on the same bowling team for half a decade or more now. I used to give him so much trouble because I was like, dude, they could literally put a gas mask around a feces cover stock and you would buy it.
The gas mask core, it was so good. So good.
But yeah, I was like they could literally make a Black Widow turd with a feces cover stock and you would buy it.
I mean, honestly, like look what the bubble gum is doing right now.
Oh, I do want that ball though.
Yeah, dude. For what the vibe is, that ball is outshining any vibe that they've ever produced right now.
Yep.
100%.
Gabriel, I think the Crown Victoria is kind of the equivalence of the stealth mode, if I had to guess.
It's a polished cover, so I mean, unless you're bowling on really light oil, I would recommend taking a pad to it and knocking the polish off. From what I've heard, is if you leave the polish on and it's in the wrong kind of environment, like that light oil, super dry environment, it is allergic to oil and it will just slide the entire way. So you crack the cover, put 3,000 to 4,000 grit on it, give it a little bit of teeth so it can still skate, but once it gets off the oil pattern, read the friction a little bit better and make its move. I've heard it's a great ball as long as you knock the polish off of it.
Interesting.
But
See,
I
this
have
is like
to.
that's the side of the sport I'm still trying to learn all that stuff. It's like, you know, my perspective has always been like the marketing side. Like, how do we just market bowling better, and capture more attention? The technical side, man. This is why I rely on guys like you. I've been following you guys on my personal account for at least 3-4 months. Just sitting in the shadows mostly is what I do. I don't. This whole content creation thing has been very new for me, very unique. So
Well,
first time, long
you
time
do
lurker,
realize-
first time poster type of vibes. You know, I'm the guy that's just like,
You do
okay,
realize
this is gonna age us three, but we're all gonna laugh at this. Yeah, long time listener, first time caller.
yep.
Yeah.
No, it ages even me. Come on now, I'm not that young.
But you
Don't
do
let the baby
realize
face fool you.
all of this happened because of TikTok, right?
Yep. Yeah, I reached out to you just randomly. I was like, "Yo,
I
long time
met
listener,
him,
first time caller, Brian. Hi.
I met him
I want to
through
share this
TikTok.
with you."
His pickles. His pickles contagious.
Yeah. It's picklicious. Oh, now I got something.
Now you know why I posted what I just posted.
Yeah. You got illegitimate child.
But no, go ahead. Continue.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, like everything that started with this was because of TikTok. Me meeting October, going up north to Cincinnati because I have family there, bowling with him, and then the whole podcast thing came up, and we connected with Steve because of his hashtag of BHB, and knowing that that's kind of what we wanted to do of trying to help each other in all different levels. So you got to throw something against the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah, I mean,
hold on. He said he would try it with polish. Shouldn't he dull it down?
what the Crown Vic?
Yeah.
I mean, you can try it with the polish on it first, but if you are in a medium to heavy oil house, it's not going to like the volume of oil. So I will always recommend trying it out of box first. But if you don't like how it rolls, or if it just hydroplanes the entire way, do not be afraid to knock the polish off and put about a 3,000, 4,000 finish on it.
The only other thing I will say to this is I will always try to take something straight out of box. I know there are certain people that will get something straight out of box and they'll get discouraged right away. Let that ball get some lane shine on it. As soon as that ball gets some lane shine on it, it will be more consistent. So don't be discouraged for some inaccuracy right off the bat. Let that ball get kind of involved into the lanes, get some oil into it, and then it will be more consistent. So let the ball get used to the oil, and then see if you need to do any changes to it. I really, really rarely try to change my ball at all. I try to keep it into box as much as possible.
See, and Mark, that's exactly why I was saying if you don't have flying back ends in your house, put the 3,000 to 4,000 on it. Give it just a little bit of teeth. That way you can read the back ends and not need them to be like scorching hot in order for it to make a strong move.
What is your favorite ball right now, Spareware? Ryan?
Uh, yeah. So last week it was the RST Hyperdrive. That's what I got
Nice.
there two
Yep.
weeks ago. That's the 276 game. First time I've had that ball just dialed in. Generally a combination of that phase two and honestly a TNT infused, which didn't get any love. But
Really?
that ball for me, late series at my house, it's weaker. It just kind of floats and glides down. It's not the strongest ball, but when it hits, for me, that ball just wrecks pins. If I miss with it, I'm fucked. But that's most balls, anyways. But like,
Yeah.
if I'm dialed in on that, and that's the part of the game, then it always hits. Um, so between those three, currently all time so far, honestly, would be my Optimum Idol Pearl. I just don't use that very often anymore. I detoxed it. I had it polished up. It's super shiny and just I don't go that far enough left to even use it anytime soon. So I gotta maybe knock the polish down a little bit, and get it to be closer to box, closer to where I had it with some lane shine. And I'll probably use that a ton. However, not to shout out the wrong Tony P. Pickles, looking at you. But my pro shop guy, he does raffles online, and I just won the phase two Pearl, so I'm very excited because I think I'm going to go RST phase two Pearl in that order from now on, and I'm probably, in theory, should help a lot because if I can go from phase two Pearl to or phase two to the Pearl
Yep.
seamlessly, I I don't ever have to move. I don't have to move my feet. I can just keep my same general lines, and be good. I hope. We'll see. I don't know.
I loved my phase two. I'm not gonna lie. That
Yep.
was my benchmark ball when I was throwing Storm.
That's
Brian, Steve, you got a swag question.
Yeah, yeah. Andy, it's really hard to to kind of compare an ASIM to a sim, but with it being more speed dominant, less rev, it is going to be a little more similar than unsimilar to somebody that's got a lot of hand in it because an ASIM is going to make a sharp, direct motion.
Yeah.
A sim is going to be a little more rounded off.
mm-hmm.
But when you're speed dominant, i.e., rev challenged, that they're going to be a little more comparable. I'm still going to say that the dragon is going to make a sharper shape than a stealth mode would, even if you're speed dominant.
And I would add to that is you can change things with your ball speed.
Yep.
You slow down your ball speed. You can make a larger arcing motion and let that ball do the work for you. If you start struggling, you could really throw it what we call piss missile, kind of down the
Rocket
center.
to pocket, baby.
Yeah, and just smash it, and it's going to make the turn. It's going to be very very late, but it's going to make the turn very late and still smack the pocket hard.
Yep.
So a lot of it has to do with ball speed, and I've been preaching this a lot this past week to people in my leagues. Just check out your ball speed after you throw a shot. Yes, if you missed your mark, you know you missed your mark, but look at the screen, check your ball speed. It's going to tell you a lot more than you could ever imagine. If you're throwing it fast, you missed your mark, you know that you threw it fast and you missed your mark. You know that you need to slow it down and you need to throw it outside. It's going to give you hints.
And the other thing that you could do to make them a little more similar is if you're buying a new Black Dragon, is you can drill the PSA through out by putting your thumb hole there, which will make it a tad more symmetric than asymmetric. It'll take some of this asymmetry out.
And find a pro shop that's going to find your PAP.
Yeah,
100% every time.
Key. A lot. I know. I've heard this at least 3 times this past week of people saying, "What is PAP and how do I find it? Why did my pro shop guy not ask me about it, and why didn't they not look for it?" At the end of the day, I'm not saying that all pro shop guys are bad, but sometimes they're just busy. And they're going to ask you just general questions. How do you want this ball to perform? They're going to say, do you want it to go long before it snaps? They're going to ask you general questions thinking that you know exactly what you want. And as a bowler that's been there for a while, you might know exactly what you want. But if they don't know your layout, they're just going to drill it in a general, and I mean general, aspect of the numbers on the ball. So always have them check your old gear, find your PAP, and go from there. Because your PAP is going to change from time to time too. As you get better and as you grow as a bowler, your PAP is going to change, and it's going to change a couple times in a year, especially if you're starting off. So get it looked at.
Shit.
Yeah, I usually
There goes the
recommend
phone.
having, unless you've been doing it forever and you haven't really changed much over time, I recommend every 6 to 9 months having that PAP checked.
Absolutely. Agree.
Now,
I'm about to get
if
mine
you're-
redone with the Phase 2 Pearl. For that same reason, it's been probably a year. I've improved quite a bit in even just a year. So I need to. You got to reset. You got to redial that back in.
Yep.
And especially if you're a no thumb bowler, that time frame gets shortened. I would do it every 3 to 6 months.
Same.
That's how I started back in the day. I don't think I could do it for like a shot or two with my buddy's ball, but not even two-handed. Just I used to just rip on that Black Widow, stand far left, let it go all the way to the right and all the way back through the pocket. That ball was a beauty back then, but now that sounds like a shoulder surgery and just a bad time if I were to do that all night.
I play a lot straighter now.
I'm very speed dominant now, which is probably just because I've some long ass fucking legs and long arm. I don't even have to try to get my ball past 2021. I think I'm going slow as shit, and people are like, "Bro, slow your ball down." I'm like, that was nothing, dude. So
It's tradition. And what?
No.
Don't giggle at me.
hi.
Revs, baby. Yep.
I wish.
Revs.
Spare word just went, hi.
I'm the wife. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
He said, how are you?
Trying not to kill the dog.
Well, that would be a
That's fair.
definite plus to
Yeah,
not kill the dogs.
Yeah.
Pickles, I found something for you.
Oh
I showed him that
no.
last week. It's still here.
The pickle socks.
Are they a
I
big
told you I'm
deal?
terrible at putting stuff in the mail.
I'll do it Thursday.
I heard that sigh, like, you know I got this, not you.
I was gonna say the T-shirt, the socks, and the chamois. I'm gonna have to find the chamois again. I don't know where the hell that went, but
All good.
it'll get them all in the same bag.
I don't know, Mark. Depends.
Better brush up on your ARP if you keep talking.
Well, and that's we're still trying to find the right the right chamois to use. I've ordered 2 of them. 2 of them have failed, so we are still
All
trying to
leather?
find the right one.
Are they all leather? Or are they all like
No,
vinyl silicone backing?
they're both of them have been like cotton or wool on one side and microfiber on the other, and we put the logo on the microfiber side.
Yep.
Like visually, they look cool. We like the way they look. It's just they're too
They
thin.
don't work.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're too thin. They're not durable enough. So I'm gonna put another order in for another set. I'm not gonna go cheap on Amazon. I'm actually gonna go find a quality distributor this time. That way we can actually be a little happier with the longevity of them.
Steve, send me a message on that. I might have a couple ideas for you to look at.
Okay.
It's tough though. Like a good chamois, traditionally is like leather, buffalo leather, like that kind of like brushed
Mhm.
up leather, and those are the most resilient. Those last the longest. The cloth ones I'm sure we all have in our bags, like that pseudo leather type material. You get branded from any bowling brand out there, are good. It's what I still use. I don't even use
Mhm.
my own chamois. I have a handful of them. I just, you know, have what I have in my bag. I, don't want to use potential merch for myself, but the best ones are like those buffalo leather hide ones. That's why I think I saw Gabriel. They do run $20+ but
Mhm.
a good leather one should, right? It's leather. It's not an easy process. These suede ones are the ones that have that like vinyl rubber backing.
Well, and
I don't
and
know.
that's what we're trying to
Those are
avoid. We're
kind of
trying
cheap.
to
Yeah.
avoid using like the DL Labs ones, the ones that everybody can customize and everybody's got them. That's what we're trying to avoid using.
Yep. I looked at those and I was like, that's really interesting. And then I went, that's how much to me? And then
Yep.
I would have to
Yeah, I
turn that
mean,
around and try to, that's not, there's
even to
no,
make profit off of it, you got to
Price
charge
points.
30, 35, 40, 45
Yeah.
bucks for them.
yeah, it's just
Price
not, it
points are
wasn't worth
hard.
it. So what I've been trying to do is find someone that doesn't necessarily make chamois, but has the material and just, work with them to spec out a custom size, custom loose term, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have them do the stitching, have them do the branding if they can. Um, and then just buy in bulk there. But again, I'm not trying to get super deep into the accessories game because then you get stuck down a slippery slope of like, oh, now you need tape and now you need this and now you need that. It's like
No,
You don't want to. You don't
we
want to
are
run yourself thin.
we are staying in the chamois lane, but we are working on an innovation in the chamois lane that hasn't been done yet.
Facts.
send me
Remind me, Steve. Afterwards, I'll send you something.
Yeah, yeah.
send me notes on that. I'll share what I have found for you guys so far because I like the idea of that. And again, I'm not trying to do that. So same core principle. I don't care if I'm dead last in this game in 5 years and someone else comes in and takes over the number one spot or all of the spots. As long as the sport grows forward and we all do this together, it makes no difference if I share where I find all my stuff with you guys or anyone else. It's like, do it. Let's get more of that out there because again, no offense to the big brands, but they've had their time and now it's time that the sport grows to grow in the right way,
It's
not
it's no different than teaching somebody on the lanes of different angles.
Yep.
It's free for all, right? I mean, it's bowlers helping bowlers.
exactly.
But yeah,
It's
we
what you
have,
guys are. That's why I reached out to you guys there to at least to Pickles, but to you guys as a whole originally, because that's truly what Spareware's built on. It's not for it's a business. I'm obviously hoping to make something in return.
right.
Right now, I'm not making anything, and I think I saw my wife liked the live at one point, so hopefully she's not still on here. But there's a lot of money tied up in just getting started, and it's like again, I don't. At the end of the day, if it works, great. If it doesn't, we tried. Hopefully, it
You're
starts the momentum in the right direction for somebody else.
you're
Yeah,
building a
and
business. I mean,
that's
commendable.
and that's the other part of it too. Is I got to wait for a really good commission check to order our R&D product to see if this is actually going to work.
Yep. Well, I don't know. Obviously, without knowing your full idea, I will still send you what notes I have in hopes that you can. I think you have to go a little off book. You have to go, get a little creative in sourcing things that are not like traditionally bowling forward um, products or sources. Just because they're gonna. It's like if you ever plan a wedding, it's like you say the wedding word, the price goes up. If you go to
Yeah.
like a bowling focused production site, they're going to be like, oh, well, it's, a little bit more. But if you can find the material and custom spec it how you want it outside of that, it's a little more
Oh, believe
friendly
me,
in terms of pricing for you and for obviously the end consumer then.
when I order the stuff I need to order to make ours different than everybody else's, I'm fully expecting them to go, "You're going to do what with it?"
See, now I got to know. Pickles, what's up, man? You didn't share that with me?
No,
This is
dude, it's
bullshit,
top
bro.
secret. It's top secret, man.
He did what in his cup?
But yeah, we're going to
That's
have
Top secret.
Wow,
Okay.
bro.
All right. That's fine. All of my stuff's top secret too.
But no, we're going to have two distinct chamois lines for two distinct purposes that are not. There's nothing out there like it right now.
Love that.
We're,
Well,
we're looking to do something that's definitely different and not something that you can get anywhere else. Let's put it that way.
love that. Same general idea for obviously for me, just starting off, but whatever I can do to help, just say the word. I'll make it happen one way or another. I'm
But yeah,
down.
we
I
gotta.
could use some good chamois that are not the same chamois everyone else has on the lane every week, and then you don't know whose is whose. And
Bro,
Exactly.
you know how many chamois I see walk off the lanes every week?
how many fucking chamois I've lost.
That's what I'm saying.
You would think if I
Go
was going to
legs.
start a business around bowling, it would be more on like chamois and not losing them. Like damn near tie that thing to my waist every week.
Dude, put it like a metal chain.
The little office clips, for your badges, like corporate America shit, just
You know what we do?
comes back and smacks you in the other set of balls, and you're like, oh, hold on, I'll shoot in a second. Hold on, like,
Just got a 10 pin. Oh, hang on.
oh.
You know what we do, don't you? We just go up to the front desk and ask if they got an extra one in the lost and found.
Oh yeah. The problem
There's
is
so many there.
The lost and found in my alley, none, not one.
Yeah, everyone took Cobra's notes and said, "You got any more of them chamois?"
Oh, got any more?
He opens up his bag. He's got like 1,000 chamois.
Cobra's doing R&D over there. Walks into a center. I left a storm chamois here. Here.
And then
Oh,
That's
that's the
the
best. But
I
that's
left
the
the
best
hammer
part about
chamois
using a
here.
branded chamois is I'm the only one with a BHB chamois in my entire area. So if I leave it, somebody just gives it to me next week. Goes, hey, dude, you forgot your chamois.
See, there it is.
My whole team's got just those like sample spareware chamois I was playing with, and I'm like, last week or 2 weeks ago they were like, whose is whose? I don't know, man. I'm still using my storm one for a reason. Like, you guys each have your own, but now I'll know, or now everyone will know if they take one of their chamois. Also, maybe hold on, good marketing gimmick.
Hit it.
Forget the chamois and just oops, and now someone else has got your.
Where do I
Maybe
get
not
this?
for you guys if you're focusing on just chamois, but I'm saying like maybe I should just forget a few. Oh no, I forgot a stack of 10 chamois in the tournament, and they all have the website glued to the back.
You said, "Oh no."
Well,
Scan the
Brady,
QR
in your
code.
defense,
Real quick,
Not
going
a lot
on
of people-
Amazon to order some extra chamois. Where's my credit
Brady,
card?
Bro, I had
Brady,
a guy in
your
my
defense-
alley.
Go
I had
ahead.
a guy in my alley this week tell me that he had to buy all new gear. He left his bowling bag in the parking lot and pulled away. He was on his phone, talking, didn't put his bag in his car and pulled away and lost all 3 of his balls.
Oh my god.
So he had
Is he married? Because I think he lost 2 more afterwards.
Yeah, no, he's not
No
married. He's a young dude.
Lucky man.
Yeah, young dude. But I was like, oh man, that hurts so bad. But he's like, I got a new Phase 2 Pearl. So like he's happy because he was like,
Yeah.
he was like, it was kind of a sign. I needed to get new gear, blah blah. And I'm like, no, that's good. I mean, but man, that sucks.
That's brutal.
I guarantee he's looking at everybody that's walking through that door, though. What you throwing?
Staring down every bag.
Yeah,
Looks like that was a fresh plug job. When did you get that one done?
yeah.
Maybe engrave all of your bowling balls with your name.
Well, we were just talking about engraving the other night because there's not a lot of pro shops that do engraving anymore.
No.
I know Jolly Rogers that's in here in the chat says they still engrave from time
Love
to time.
that. My shop doesn't. I don't think they do. I've never asked, but I probably should. But I have such a big span that if anyone tries to pick up my ball, they go, "Holy shit! Where's the whole thumb hole?" I'm like, "It's down here."
You say, "Where's the thumb hole for me?" And it's not there.
Fair. Well,
I was to say, and I mean, I've had a similar experience to that guy. I've had a 4-ball roller stolen out of the back of my truck before.
Oh man!
Like I had
brutal.
a bed cover on my truck, so somebody literally had to lift up my bed cover,
Yeah.
look in the bed of my truck, and go, "Oh,
look.
mine."
And that's messed up. So messed up.
Yeah, the next bed cover I bought had a lock on it.
Yeah, engraving is a pain in the butt, 100%.
Well, yeah, because you actually have to have good handwriting to be able to read it.
Well, it's just. I mean,
I thought it was like a chisel stamp, honestly, where you just. I don't know. I have no idea.
How much do you charge extra, Jolly, for the engraving? I'd really love to know that. I don't know if anybody even does it or if they charge more for it now.
I'm gonna ask. This week when I go pick up my pearl, and get my PAP measured. I'm gonna ask if they do it because I'm curious now.
My last engraved ball was probably back in. I want to say 20, maybe 10.
Includes it in the ball purchase.
Wow.
Okay.
Good on you guys. Oh yeah.
Genius idea. On one of your balls, have them engrave your PAP on it. So then when they ask you what your PAP is, go, "It's right here."
It's funny. It's too bad it changes so often.
Engraving pictures is going to be pretty difficult, though.
$8. That's really not that bad. I feel like you could up that a bit, and if you wanted to. But again,
can you engrave a pickle? Asking for a friend.
Whoa!
Sorry,
Walk
PG,
into
PG, PG, family episode. Sorry.
I was saying, keep that on Only Pickles, okay?
If it was a family episode, I'd be inside next to my in-laws. I'm in my car getting snowed on currently.
So what are you how are you throwing lately?
Have you seen my videos? Come on, man. Not shy. No, last league session, 276, 210, 164.
Yeah.
So, 276 was, man, again, I was in, that game was dialed in. That was the best I've had in a long, long time. Missed on the 7th, then missed on shot 12. Left a 10 pin on the 7, pulled it left. Little inside, missed the mark. and then pulled almost the big four on the 12th shot. 4-pin got kicked out, or no, 6-pin got kicked out. It was 4, 7, 10. Pretty up and down, man.
You fighting
One good,
transition?
yeah. Transit. Well, it's weird. I'm fighting transition, but it's at honestly like all different times. Like there'll be our house runs a lot like a sports shot. Like it's kind of long, kind of heavy. It's one of the harder house shots in the Chicagoland area, or so I've been told, by more than enough people. Sometimes I can dial in for game one and throw that 276. Sometimes it's game two. Sometimes it's game three. No idea. So a lot of it's transition and just not knowing or being willing to make a change early enough to really adapt to it. Sometimes I'm a little stubborn, as we all are. I'm like, no, I
Yeah.
know I can get this ball to fucking work. Like,
Yeah,
why is it
you're
not working? And I'll try to adjust, or I'll change off of the ball too soon, and I just don't trust that ball long enough. There's no. Sometimes it's too fast. Sometimes I'm too slow to transition. I just, so
I was to say
back and forth
that was
shot.
my set when I pre-bowled. I did 254, 256, 168.
it's a real pain in the. But I almost always have lately one good game, one shit game, one game right or slightly above average. So I'm just sitting right in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's no like. I'm a lot better. I'm getting more consistent and and getting better each week, each season, whatever. But there's no Tony P. Poplar Creek and Hoffman is where I shoot. I know you're in you bowl out of Indiana though, right, Hammond?
Yeah, I think he's in
Um,
South Bend.
yeah. So Hoffman Estates, Tony. But yeah, there's no like consistency to my game itself, just consistently better than I used to be, which is all you can really ask for.
I know I would say a lot of people tend to fight either the high of high and then crash, or start from
Yep.
the low of low and then take off during the game. So yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I think that's a pretty common bowler struggle across the board.
Yeah, the 276 was basically cold. I think I threw 3 shots in practice. Literally just walked up, threw the ball, found the mark, and said, "Okay." I got there late. I didn't have enough time to try all my gear to run through, see what's working. I just threw the RSC first and said, "Huh, all right, it's time to go." So maybe I should do that more often, but it's hard to replicate that in game 3 when I'm
I'm
trying
I'm
to get
I'm,
back to where I thought I was, 2 games prior.
I'm kind of glad you brought up the word in practice. So this is just from my personal experience. If we're in practice and we're warming up, and you are throwing rockets and everything is falling, how's your night going to go?
Yeah, it depends.
Terrible.
I do one of these.
It's gonna
I
go
swear to God.
shitty.
Yeah,
Yep.
if I can't pick up a strike at all during practice, it's usually going to be a lights out night for me. I'm going to bowl probably the best I've ever bowled. But if I walk into practice and I just start knocking down pins left and right, I don't know if it's just the cockiness or arrogance, or I just like, oh, I got this. I'm so comfortable, or what. But it usually is an immediate like. So just saying, anybody that comes into this situation and you're bowling and you're in practice and you throw a couple strikes, stop throwing at the strike, throw at the 10 pin, take a break, throw at some spare shots. Even if you have a full rack, throw at the spare shots, stop worrying about the strike ball, just throw at some spares, get it out of your head, and then go on to the actual game.
It's funny sometimes in our league, someone will look at like both. One of my teammates, I think, is in the chat. Like, we'll both throw at some 10 pins with a full rack, and like not everyone will get it, and you're like, they'll be like,
Yeah. What was
"Ooh." I'm like,
that?
that was
You're like, yeah,
actually a
that was
good
on
10 pin
purpose.
shot. And our league is it was once family oriented, so it's becoming more competitive these days. Well, kinda. But you know, I'll be like, ooh, and then I'll just take the second shot because everyone takes the second shot in practice, and then I'll just throw the strike ball. I'm like, all right, I
Smash
got the
it.
10 pin and I threw a strike.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, see, now that's one of the biggest pet peeves that I have is people that take 2 shots in practice.
The
I'm
whole
like,
league
dude,
does it.
1
I
shot,
know.
get out of my way.
Honestly, here's my thing. I really wish that leagues had a rule that everyone did 1 shot in practice. 1 shot and go. 1 shot and go. I don't care if you re-rack. Dude, honestly, I really wish they didn't re-rack everyone every 1 shot because it takes time off the clock. If you don't have a full rack and you want to throw a strike ball, still throw your strike ball. You'll
I think
know
the problem is people can't visualize. Like, not everyone can see if they hit their mark or visualize it going through the pocket or where it hits on the on the deck. I think that's the issue. It was proposed in our league the last 2 seasons and voted down, where it was like two shot practice, which whatever. I mean, if you're gonna give me 2 shots, I'm gonna take 2 shots. It's fine. Like
what.
we also have 15 minutes of practice, so it's
Oh,
a
well,
long
no, we
time.
don't. Oh, wow. 15
Yeah,
minutes, bro. That's crazy.
yeah, it's a long time. I can
Yeah,
show up late,
we get
still
10.
get a few shots in. I know it's wild. It's definitely a unique league. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. We start at 7:30 no matter what, so practice starts at 7:15 instead of 7:20. It's fine. There's a
See,
lot of
now
people that
that,
show up kind of late too, so it's like
Oh,
eh,
yeah, well, that does help too.
yeah. It's like it
yeah,
gives
my
you
Wednesday night
gave
league,
me at least 3 shots of practice last week opposed to like 0. 'Cause if I showed up when I did, I would have gotten nothing. And would I have bowled a 276 then? Who knows, but probably not.
yeah, my Wednesday night league has 15 minutes of practice, and I don't show up until about 7.5 minutes left in practice.
I
So I'm
want to
like,
say
I
with,
know I'm not going to get there at 15 minutes, so it doesn't bother me at all.
I know with our 10-minute practice, if my full team's there and their full team's there, I might get 4 shots. Like
And
4
that's at a
full.
1 shot practice.
No, 2 shots.
Okay. I was like, damn, that's
But
you guys
yeah,
are taking
I mean,
forever. You standing on the
well,
approach for 5 minutes? What are you
dude,
doing?
here's the other thing: is I am all about lane etiquette, but when it's practice time, throw
Just
the
go.
ball.
Just fucking
throw
throw.
the ball. You're just warming up. Like unless you're worried about kicking somebody, because I know I have a longer kick leg, so I will like wait to make sure that they are done on my left side. But I mean, dude, it's practice. I see people in practice giving 2 lane courtesy. And I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
no.
what is going on here, man? Just throw the ball.
The only one that I have to give a 1 lane courtesy on is if I'm on the right side of my pair, because I play way farther right than most left-handers do.
Lefties, yeah. So
And
you're right
if
up
there's
on them.
Yeah.
Exactly. If somebody's playing deep inside on the right-hand lane,
And you're
he's like
yeah,
almost standing where I'm wanting
On
to
top
slide.
of you.
So I'm like, okay, get out of my way.
right.
Right. I play, I don't know, shallow right side, mostly to start off as a righty. So thoughts then, 1 lane or 2 lane courtesy as a standard across the board. I don't
Doesn't
care
needs
what
to
the
be the
format
standard.
is.
In leagues, it's definitely 1 lane. I mean, even in tournaments, it's 1 lane.
Yep,
I
I agree.
the people that I see look at 2 lane courtesy are all people that really aren't that good. I'm not trying to fault anybody, but usually those people that are distracted by people that are 2 lanes across, they can't even hit a target even if they wanted to. And I'm not trying to sound
I don't.
negative about it, but
Yeah,
they're
no,
the people that when they don't even hit the head pin, they do this. And they're like,
Thank you,
what?
Mark.
What? Why? And it's
If
like
people understood the double jump, it is the fastest, most efficient format. It's just most people don't understand it.
yeah.
There are some, we'll say old heads, but they're not even, most of them aren't even old, that'll like do 2 lane the entire time. And I'm like, it is 1 lane courtesy in this league. It is like published as such. Just go. You going at the same time as me going does not affect either of us. Like if you can't watch your own mark and ball and everything else, then that's a you problem. But I should not have to wait for you to go and give you 2 lane courtesy. Like it's one, just go. It's fine. No one's gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna kick you. I'm 6'5", mostly leg. Still not gonna kick you. You know, I won't even be close. I don't have that kind of balance anyways. Usually I get through my swing and then I'm back up on my feet anyways. So
But
little
yeah,
old, little beat up, not going to stand and hold the finishing position for a minute while the ball rolls down lane. I'm
He said a little old. Oh, thank you,
but yeah,
sir.
just a
double
little,
jump,
just a little.
double jump is super easy. So if I'm on the right side of my pair, I am waiting for the left side of that pair to go and get out of my way. And then as soon as the other two lanes on that pair, as soon as they move, I go.
Okay, with that being said, how do you feel about lane etiquette? Do you feel like you see a lot of bowlers that know what lane etiquette is, or do you run across a lot of people that they know what lane etiquette is, but they don't care about lane etiquette?
You're asking me.
Yeah.
So bit of a mixed question. A lot of people. I only bowl one league right now. I would love to bowl more. I just don't have the time. Got a 3-year-old basically, and not going to happen. Wife would murder me. Um,
Nuh-uh.
There are some teams in our league that are newer to the sport as a whole that do not truly understand it. They think they do, but then like I'll be waiting for the lane to open up on my left, for instance, have ball in hand ready to go, just getting set up, and then they'll just like walk up to my right on the pair next to us and go, and I'm like,
Okay, bye.
well, fuck me, I guess. I'm just gonna go stand here and stare at your shit throw. Not shit throw. I shouldn't say that.
No, but it happens.
I'm getting, but no, but yeah, it's frustrating because then you're like, what are you?
What are you doing?
I go, then you go, then
And
just
then
go
you
down the
wait.
line.
Right.
Just go down the line and back, and you just zigzag. I don't know if they know it or not. I'm not really gonna say anything, but it is frustrating, especially when you have that kind of groove and you're like, all right, let's go, and then
Yeah, I don't
you're just
say
staring
anything,
like,
but I drop the
um,
ball very loudly back on the rack.
but overall, it's pretty mixed. I think etiquette overall is fine in our current league. It could be better, but there's always those few bad apples in every bunch where they're just like old and just set in their ways, and they just go up
Yeah.
and do their thing, or they're new-ish and don't truly understand it at a deeper level in the sport, and no one's really taken the time to properly teach them and to communicate that. It's also really tough because if I were to tell them right now in league, it's like they're just gonna think I'm an asshole, and it's like that's not beneficial for anyone either. It's like it's easier to just back off, let them do their thing, and hope they catch on someday than it is to be
And
that guy. But
and
yeah,
that's exactly why
VK,
I
they don't
don't
know.
tell them VK, because
Yeah.
at that point I'm already pissed off,
Yep. So no matter what
and
you do for communication, you're gonna be the asshole.
Yeah.
I'm going to be confrontational. I'm going to be the pissed off one, and it's going to start something. So I don't say anything.
Yep.
The only reason I bring it up is because I will always try. We all know if they're newbies. We all know if they're people that have been bowling in leagues for years, and I mean years. there are some people, they just do not care.
Yep.
They
100%.
they will stand on their approach and wait for that ball to come through that ball return the entire time, even though that rack is still re-racking. And you're like, what are you doing, bro?
Yep.
Like, get off the lane. Like, all you got to do is just step off the lane. Be courteous. But some people, they're in their own world. And end of the day, you got to let them be them. But you also know that if you're next to those people, you need to slow your game down, watch out for those people, and let them get into your game, because they will screw your game. If you let them get into your game, that will happen. And they're not even bowling against you.
Yeah, that's the most frustrating night at League, is when I'm sandwiched on my pair between 2 human rain delays.
League officers.
What league officers? They're not doing anything. They're bowling too.
You've heard me say this exact same thing in my live streams. I'm like, great. I'm sandwiched in between 2 human rain delays. This is going to be a great fucking night.
Yep. Our house is weird too. I think there's 3 sections where they kind of have like support pillars for the building. I think it was like an old grocery store back in the day. And they're wider. It's wider than a bowling lane. And so you have built-in lane courtesy on to your left or to your right automatically, and people will still want courtesy when it's like, that's a lane and a quarter's width away from you. You don't need courtesy there. We can both bowl at the exact same moment and not have an issue at all. And it's just like, I don't know, it's odd. Our house is definitely a little unique with that, but if it's over a lane width wide already, you don't need to wait for the lane that's essentially 2 lanes away from you for courtesy. It's already there. No one's bowling into carpet and pillars,
But yeah, Jolly, that's what I call human rain delays. People that are just entirely way too slow. They stand on the approach thinking about their shot for 2 minutes, and then they take the slowest 4 to 5 step approach humanly possible. You can time their ball speed with a freaking sundial, and you're just sitting there going, oh dear God, let this just be over.
We've got one guy, he grabs the ball, he steps down on the approach, he clicks his heels 3 times, then he grabs his ball and moves his arm 3 times, then he puts the ball up and down 3 times, and then he'll go. It takes him like 45 seconds to a minute to go. And you're just sitting there like, oh, I'm just going to sit down until he's done.
Hey, bowlers are like baseball players in a sense. Like, we all have our superstitions and walk-up routines. Come on, man. I do a weird left foot drag, and then I grind my right foot in on where it's going to be, and then I kind of like do a little bounce. I'm bouncing in my car right now. It's really funny, but and then I go.
I was just going to say that you have the Nomar Garcia Parra of bowling.
I just need a walk-up song. That's really what we're missing, is walk-up song. It's like, come on.
Bro, that's why
Where's my walk-up song? That's fair.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think the guy has extreme OCD, to be honest. I mean,
yes.
Could be.
He has to do it in clicks. He has to do it by 3s.
Probably does.
I
my routine, though.
I dig my right foot in like I'm in the getting ready to bat.
Yep.
Everyone's like, "Why are you doing that?"
Maybe that'll be next week at League. I'll have one of my teammates film my setup for my approach, but I definitely do like a weird left foot, kind of like drag it back and forth, like almost like a bull.
Yeah. Just I do, bro.
And then get my right foot left foot set, right foot like kind of back and forth, and then I get my ball in my position where I want it for ball speed wise, based on where I'm standing, and then I'm just like, I do like a little bounce.
Do a whole series of just
make sure dude.
Really, we could.
We could probably get every member of your community to send you their setup and
put it to
like
I
different walk-up songs.
I could go down the lanes and just take videos of every
Yeah.
person's setup. Man, talk about content.
Dude, I've started that.
That was
I've
my
caught
idea first,
myself
Pickles.
doing it.
Back off. Mine.
I've caught
I
myself
need
doing
some
it. I
content,
kind of
damn
do
it.
the I kind of do the Norm Duke ball wiggle to get my hand in the right spot before I go.
Yep. Wait.
Dude, there's so many
No
different.
thumb, no thumb. Steve, do you use a thumb? Okay. Question for you. Thumb first or fingers first? Fingers then
Fingers
thumb or thumb
first.
then fingers?
Fingers then thumb.
Depends on how she likes it. I mean, what?
I
Sorry,
was
sorry.
gonna say, you just heard Steve say he can't find the hole. He's gonna wiggle
But
until
no,
he gets in there.
I have.
I mean, that could be one of many problems, Cobra. Let's just be. It's not. It may not be Steve's fault. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I'll give him some benefit of the doubt. If you gotta wiggle it, you gotta wiggle it. I don't know.
But the
that
reason
got
I
off
do
the
fingers
rails.
Each
first,
their.
the reason I do fingers first is because I have a 55-degree shift in my thumb. So I have to put my fingers in first for my thumb to fit properly.
That's what she said.
And you don't use these fingers, guys, when you're bowling.
You don't know that. I don't know. I've seen some
I've
crazier
always-
shit.
Dr. Spocker.
I've always said you're not a true bowler until you've bowled in the bedroom.
Oh.
Wow.
This just got really deep. Wait.
On this note,
Hey, oh.
What did I just walk back into, guys? Lord.
No,
Don't
same.
judge.
I think I've seen some people do thumb then fingers. I don't really know if there's a difference. I was just curious.
I
kinda
I've
have
seen
like
it both
a-
ways.
I like look at my hand like and fingers position wise, and then thumb in, flip the ball over, like kind of loosen up and bounce it almost, and then go into my approach. But that's just to make sure I'm not like holding it in a weird rigid way that would, make me pull it left or right or something stupid.
And the other thing is I
Oh,
have
thanks, VK.
I have a very particular thumb depth where it feels comfortable. And if I put my thumb in first, I can't get that comfort. So I have to put my thumb in, or my fingers in, get my thumb at the right degree of angle, and then get the right depth. Because if my thumb goes all the way in to the base of my thumb, it doesn't feel comfortable and I'll wind up yanking it.
See, it's part of your setup. Pickles working into some content there.
I mean, honestly, though, only reason I started with two finger was I broke my wrist when I was younger. So I had some wrist issues. So I was wearing a brace for a little while, and then I stopped using my thumb, and it wasn't hurting my wrist so much. And that was before like two-handed was. I mean, because let's be honest, this was back in the 80s. Yes, I said 19.
Gee,
But as soon as I started doing that, I didn't have any discomfort, and I always
Stillard, yes, it does.
I honestly took a long break. When I got back into bowling, I didn't even try to do any throwing with a thumb. But it was there was no brace. Just went back into it. Was into it for a little while in Columbus. Took some time off, then moved here to Florida and got back into it. But honestly, like I know like the two-handers are getting a lot of hate, right? But what's the difference between a two-hander, let alone I'm like technically a two-hander to one-hander, and then two-finger? What's the difference of that? Like
There really isn't much. You still release, even a two-hander still releases with just one hand.
One hand.
Right.
Yeah.
They have the second
Exactly.
hand there long enough to make sure they don't.
They just
drop
have it
the
longer
fucking
than
ball,
what I
yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still one-handed release. At the release, it's still just one hand doing all the work. The second hand is just there as a.
Well,
Does
yeah.
it help with some speed and some rev count? Sure. But
There is
at
one
the
exception.
release, it's still one hand.
There is one exception. Tim Cagle II. Tim Cagle II uses both his hands.
All the way through. Yeah. Yeah.
Still, but
He's the Hayukin bowler.
Yeah.
Hayukin.
oh, the kid,
Yeah.
right?
No, he's a
Wait,
grown ass man.
oh, I have no idea, but I know there's a kid
Oh
that does
yeah, I know
something
who you're
similar, and
talking
he
about.
like
Yeah. The
does like
video of
that.
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what was that? But it works so well. Can I try that? Like,
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm like,
the little Asian girl.
yeah, I'm gonna look that video up as soon as I get off this. But
dude,
But no,
I'm telling you,
look up Tim Cagle the second. He is a PBA
yeah,
bowler.
I
He
will.
throws it with both hands.
I'll
end of the
definitely.
day, if it knocks down 10, that's all that matters.
I don't see the like. I don't know. It's all the kind of traditional old heads that I'm like, who cares, man? Like, I don't. The sport has to grow. The sport has to evolve. It's like pitch count in baseball, right? Like, we all hated the
Right.
idea of it at first, and now it makes the games fly by, and I'm not there for 5 hours. Thank God. Like,
Yeah.
so what? It's all for the sport and the growth of it, and if that's what keeps it relevant with a younger crowd because it creates a little more speed and a little bit more excitement, we have to adapt. The sport has to adapt.
Yeah, Mark. Because if you tried to bowl two handed, you'd wind up in the hospital.
My young ass would end up in the hospital if I tried it.
Oh yeah, dude. I've tried it. It's not for me. My hips aren't there for it, bro.
I'm thinking about
I
switching.
don't have that lower body movement. I mean, I'm decent, but that extra length, no, never.
I mean, I did it for a little while, but I was always I did the Tom Smallwood like half thumb when I bowled two handed because I couldn't control it without that like first thumb joint in it.
Same Dillard. Yeah, I think I'm too old in the sense of I know I'm not the oldest, but I think I'm too old, too broken of a body, and too tall to even like truly adapt to it. Like that is a long way down. It
I
is
was
a
saying my hips.
long way down. That's
It never hurt my
does
back,
not look very fun. I'm like, no.
but it killed my hips. It killed my hips.
A lot of the two-handers that I see throwing locally around me, none of them slide. They all stop, plant, and throw, and that is not my style by any means.
I'm like a sliding plant. It's weird. Like I like.
I have a small slide, but dude, I have to have
Yeah.
some type of slide, like a small slide, not a long slide, but I can't stomp either.
Hold up, Hayden. You're only 20-some years old, bro. We
Yeah, Hayden's a child, and he's like, "Oh, it hurts my body." I'm like,
You don't understand body pain.
wait until you wake up at 30 and your body goes, "Oh, that's actual pain," and then every year after that, it just gets worse.
Yeah,
I was
Bro,
like,
We
the
got
first
time.
time
you haven't seen 40 yet.
yeah, exactly.
The
I
first
haven't even
time
seen
you
40
sneeze-
yet.
I will tell you what, that's when you feel it.
The first time you sneeze and throw your back out, okay?
Your body gives you a prime, and once you turn 40, the day of, it starts hurting. It's just saying this is what you're in store for the next 20, 30 years.
Dillard, imagine 50. Imagine winning PBA at 50.
Yeah. Imagine becoming a
Buddy.
PBA champion at 50, Mr. Dillard.
Congratulations, buddy.
That's sweet. I'm 35, going on 36.
Oh
But
yeah.
hold on. I also did 8.5 years in the Army, so that like add that
All
extra on to my body. I'm like, it's like I am a 45-year-old.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not exactly fun. My body can't do all of the things it used to do. Plus a life of working in restaurants on your feet all day, every day. Like, back before I moved into like a cushy sales job, body's pretty beat up.
Well,
I've
we'll
done
have
my
this
time.
conversation in 10 years, and you're going to see a huge difference.
Oh, I'm sure. I slept too long yesterday. Where's Hayden? I hope you're still in here, Hayden. We got a hotel room. We're in Michigan visiting the in-laws for Thanksgiving. My wife and I got a hotel room to get away from the kid for a night, simply to sleep. I slept too long and my back hurts today.
Oh, he's there.
I am grateful it's winter because I have this seat warmer on simply because I can already feel my lower back tightening up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because it's cold outside. Being cold outside is actually just convenient right now. I put the seat warmer on when it's hot out to loosen up my back.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
you got a long way to go, Hayden. Sorry to hate on you with the rest of the guys, but it gets
Don't
worse. And I
don't
already
be
know it's going to
sorry.
get worse. I know it's going to get worse for me. And I'm already dreading it. I'm like, gosh, fountain of youth or something, please. Somebody give me a back and kneecap transplant before I hit 45. Otherwise, I'm done for.
Don't feel sorry for him. Pick on him all you want. He can handle it.
He knows. As a football player, wrestler, growing up, yeah, I get it. You feel it later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you guys think, from growing the sport perspective? I know you guys have your thing and you've had your conversations, but like, what else do you think is missing in terms of just getting momentum? I mean, I would argue there's momentum on bowling side already. I had a chat with even House Pros Bowling on this in his live not too long ago. It's growing. There's money there. There's momentum, but like there's still things that are just missing. We don't have the same representation at every level. Even like fucking pickleball does. No offense,
I was to say,
pickles,
you got to
but
get more eyes on the sport.
yeah,
I think it's starting to get too greedy,
yeah.
and that's just my opinion.
See,
Greedy in the sense of like brands
I
being
have
like exclusive, or greedy how, Kober?
They no longer care about the bowler; they care about the ball. They just got to keep pushing new balls out. Everything's got a high price on it. I mean, you look at
That's
Hammer,
fair.
and I'm not. I throw Hammer, but their price point was around 160 to 190, but now they're getting up to the 200 range. You
Yep.
know, and then
There's a new
it
ball
don't
every
matter.
other week.
Yeah, and then you've got to constantly take your balls to the pro shop to get them resurfaced, reconditioned, blah blah blah. I mean, it's starting to become a headache to me, but that's just my opinion.
And the other thing that they need to do is they need to actually pump more money into the PBA and equalize the payouts, because there
Yep.
are a lot of guys that could legitimately bowl on tour that don't, because there's not enough money in it to make a living.
Yeah, that's
Well,
exactly.
pros don't even like. They run pro shops. They have full-time jobs. They don't. A professional bowler on the PBA tour doesn't make a fraction of what any other athlete does in any other pro sport.
Yeah, and
That
I mean the cost of travel, let alone. I mean,
right.
and if you don't win, then you're out of that your travel. I mean, you're not guaranteed money. You know what I mean?
No.
Yep.
It's not like you show up. It's not like the NFL. Like you're under contract and you're guaranteed this money.
Yep.
And that's the
I don't
thing
know.
is,
I don't know
when I
about that,
was
Dillard, but yeah. There's just not. It's not the same level of dollars behind it as other sports,
But
which is a problem to a certain degree.
but
And
I
I
think
everyone
have
they're
to
does.
just
say,
I think they can be just fine with six-figure payouts to the winner, but you've got to blend out that money to where more people can actually make a living and not have to be finishing in the top three in order to have a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah, they have a lifestyle.
yeah, I can see that a lot of these bowling companies need to fund more money into them,
Yeah,
advertisements,
100%.
TV time,
they
I
need
think.
whatever.
sponsorships. I mean, they
Yep.
That too.
Well, I mean,
all around.
look at Brad and Kyle. Look at Darren Tang. Look at Packy Hannerhan. Look at the guys that all have thriving YouTube channels and content creation. They make more money on content creation than they do
Right, and they
bowling.
do on the exactly.
Yep. Well, even like so, Hayden just said like marketing isn't or bowling isn't marketed correctly, and that's That's true. That's exactly why I've taken, with spareware, like that's why we have the angle we have, because it's kind of been forgotten about. Like we don't try to make it sexy, and so everyone looks at us as this is the unsexy sport or not. It's just tournament flyers. I mean, I've just talked a little bit about spareware designs on an earlier post this week, and it's like people are still doing it on Microsoft Word and clip art. Like
Mm-hmm.
we can make it sexy. Like, and I'm putting a team in place to do that at relatively little to almost no cost because it's easy to do, and then it's if it's attractive and we can get one extra pair of eyes on it just through a Facebook ad, you might have a whole new bowler. But Cobra, to your point with brands, they spend, you know, it is a little bit of a greed play for them, and to some degree with this bowling ball technology and releasing so many new balls. But I know they each have their own like outreach programs, but what are they actually doing to like grow the sport?
Well, so out
I
here,
don't see it. I don't see much.
so out here, I have to admit the youth programs are phenomenal, and I
Yeah.
mean
That's good.
high schoolers, yada yada yada. I mean there's kids here that are 17, 16, 17, 18 years old, averaging 220 a game.
That's amazing.
But it's going to have to come down to them guys who are coming into the college circuits
Yep,
and going into the higher levels. It's going to have to come down to them changing things around because they're going to listen to the youth over the old heads.
100%. Well,
Well,
I would say 100% assuming the youth actually have a strong enough stance and actually push it hard enough because it's the old heads running those brands, right? It's the old guys running the brands that are preventing any sort of young growth. That they have their restrictive practices, whether on staff or not, it doesn't really matter. It's like if they're not
It's
willing to
it's
pay
across.
out and willing to pay and to make this sport grow, then I don't know. It's tough.
It's there's a problem across all
exactly.
companies in America right now. It's the
Yep.
think tanks. It's the marketing teams. They're asking the wrong people. They're not
Right.
asking the people who are involved. They're just putting a group of people in a room and say, "How can we change this?"
Well, and
Zach
you
has a
look,
really good question for everyone.
and
Go ahead, Steve.
before we get to that, I mean, there's an example of a guy that used to be on tour that isn't on tour anymore, and he's making more money bowling non PBA tournaments. Look at Michael Holloman. He went
Mm-hmm.
all over the country as a PBA bowler, quit, and now he only bowls in the Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, Alabama area, and does non PBA tournaments and makes more money and spends more time at home.
Yeah.
Yep. Zach's question. Where was it?
He said, "What are your guys' thoughts on scratch and handicap tournaments since there's a massive divide? We need." It says it's really hard for an average person to come in and understand everything from lanes to equipment. That might have been a different comment to it, but he's asking scratch to handicap, and he's saying that there's a huge divide between them.
I think there
Well,
needs to be more money put into scratch tournaments to get the scratch bowlers back into it again.
mhm.
Because the scratch guys aren't going to want to go to a handicap tournament where they can lose to a guy that's bowling a buck 80 that shoots out of his brain that day.
Yep.
Right.
Something that's come up, I think I want to say twice this past week is everyone feels like even if you have a handicap, your cap should still be 300. So
Yes.
if you're bowling a scratch guy and you get a 300 with your handicap, and they bowl a 300, it's even Steven. You shouldn't get anything more than 300, and I 100% agree with that.
Would agree with that too. I would even take that step further and say like if it's kind of like tie goes to the runner, it's like tie goes to the lower handicap. So if it's a true 300 versus a
Yeah,
300 with handicap, you
yeah.
know,
You give them
the guy
you
with the
gotta
more
be,
marks wins. You don't get,
yeah,
the
yeah.
guy with with the extra pins doesn't get to win because he beat the guy with, or tied the guy who is significantly better.
I agree with Hayden. I think the handicap should fall off if you bowl a legit X over your. If you say you 220, 250. I mean, you already bowled a 200 game. I mean, what if you have 60 pins? That's kind of bogus and bullcrap. I mean, give and take. I'm not trying to take away from their
Well,
good
no,
games. Don't get me
handicap
wrong.
in my league is gone. I mean, like you have zero handicap after 220.
Right, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, you have zero handicap after 220 in my league.
No,
Now,
he's
if you
talking
drop
about
back
like
down,
if a 160 bowler shoots out of his ass, shoots a 230 and gets his handicap, he's
Oh,
at 300 or higher.
yeah,
so he should automatically be capped. His handicap should drop off that game. Now, if he goes back the next game and bowls a 160, reapply his handicap to keep it even. But
I
that's
think,
just my opinion.
yeah, but I think even back to Zach's original point, like more money needs to be put in on either side, really, but really on the scratch side to make that a thing again. Otherwise, no one's going to go bowl scratch. I think you guys talked about this. Somebody talked about this recently. Maybe it was you guys
Mm-hmm.
last week, but it's like no one does scratch leagues anymore either because
yeah.
it's easier to throw a few games, get a few extra pins, and remain competitive on that front. It's almost to the sport's detriment a little bit, but it's what makes it so accessible for everybody as well. So it's what keeps it kind of inclusive because you can go up against that one random dude who doesn't have the greatest approach or greatest form, and he does pop off, and it's like kind of sucks to be losing to that guy, but also are you bowling at the top of your game then personally? And so it does make it inclusive of that sense. Like it's truly anyone's game on any day. Like it
Oh yeah.
doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a sure win in handicap either. So it's like, are you just falling victim and not trying hard enough because like you want to use handicap to your advantage? And so it's like that weird, I don't know, it's like this weird misconception of like you have handicap or you can get handicap so you should type of thing. Sandbagging, basically.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and that's the other part about it too is the reason handicap is so prevalent is it draws more bowlers into
Yep,
bowling. So
100%.
there's a definite plus to the handicap side, but we need to start growing the scratch side of things to equal out all the handicap
Yep.
stuff. There needs to be more scratch options.
But that comes down to bowling alleys and how they get their word out too. You know, I mean, I know it would be hard for them to afford marketing because bowling alleys revenue isn't always there. I mean,
No,
the
and
ones around here are hit and miss.
right. And so that Cobra, you bring up like a good point. No one is spending any money on marketing truly. They're
Yeah.
doing their own flyers because they either can't or do not want to pay to have anyone that's considered a professional do that. And that's why there's like this whole I have more videos planned. I lost some audio,
Well,
wasn't my greatest work this past week, but like I'm trying to bring some of those resources to the sport in that sense too, like outside of just apparel, like imagery, digital media, digital support in any sense, even if it's just a templated flyer that they have access to making a few small edits to, or I have someone on the team make a few small edits to myself, whoever. You got to put something out there. 2025, let's call it 2026 at this point. By the time it actually like gets any traction, you need to draw eyes, and you're not going to do it with Microsoft Word, Google Sheets, and clip art. You need to have a creative edge there, and I'm trying to do that with our designs arm to support and prop that up until someone else comes along and helps, because it's tough, man. It's really hard to see some of these flyers and go, that is a very attractive prize amount, but not in a very attractive flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
you're only keeping within your niche there. You're not actually reaching beyond that. And that goes
But it,
into league flyers and their in-house marketing. Like they just need more of it.
but
And I
then
mean,
that
I
goes back
completely agree with.
into American greed. The price of parts, 90% of bowling alleys are struggling to stay ahead right now just off the parts alone. You know,
Yeah.
And
I
I
think that
agree
and just
with what
labor in
Dillard
general.
was saying even in any kind of scratch tournament or PBA event, you got to have guys that don't really belong there to help feed the pot. I mean, that's what I did the year I bowled the regional tour. I went out there and I knew I was donating, but I was going out there and I was going to
Yep.
learn and I was eventually
Yeah.
going to be
Yep.
competitive.
You probably learned a shit ton too.
Dude,
Oh, dude,
honestly,
absolutely.
every time someone comes up to me and asks me like, "Oh, I'm kind of worried about doing my first tournament," I'm like, "Dude, you're not gonna know until you put your foot in the water.
Yep.
Like you got to know that you're gonna donate some money. You're paying for the practice, okay? You're not going to be competitive in your first few tournaments. I mean, realistically, but if you want that experience, you got to put the money in." When you do your first tournament, we all had a jitter, right? You all had that
Mhm.
nervous bug, right? What wasn't
Still do.
Still do, right? Sometimes depends on how big the pot is.
And another thing that Cajun was saying earlier, he was talking about doing like weight class, like having bowling tournaments broken down like in weight classes. Certain averages bowl against certain averages bowl against certain averages, and it goes all the way up from your 140 to 160. That's a bracket. 180 to 200. That's a bracket. 220 and above. That's a different bracket. There are
Yeah.
several different online sources that do that. Like they run online leagues and they run online tournaments. um, Steam Bowling on Facebook. I know I'm a part of it. That's how they break their tournaments
Mm-hmm.
down.
There, out by us, there are some tournaments on occasion that will have different categories based on your established average. Doesn't happen very often. There's one tournament director who does a great job out here, and just running his tournaments in general. And I feel like sometimes he does it. I can't remember though, so I'm not gonna say names and like start spewing it because I don't actually. I want to verify it, but I have seen it, and it's interesting to have that. But everyone bowls together all the same, no matter what, and
Yeah.
that I think that's healthy too, because those lower average bowlers, 160s, 180s, whatever, um, in the sport, bowling against with or against 220, 250 people is very helpful from an education standpoint. 'Cause assuming you can sit back and just like watch and learn or talk and network, then it's an opportunity for you to get better as well.
I mean, that's a slippery slope, regardless what we think, what we do. I mean, you can't change people. There's going to be people who lie about their stuff just to try to get an upper edge. Uh, it is
Yeah,
what it is.
there's
It's something we just have to
always
adjust to.
rotten sandbagging,
Well,
bad
and
apples in the bunch.
that's also why a lot of these tournament directors are starting to reserve the right to re-rate you if they
Yep.
catch you sandbagging.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of lanes out here.
More
They
capping.
know, they know a lot of the sandbaggers, and they won't allow them in tournaments.
That's good. That's how it should be. You should be able to pull someone from it.
Our league will cap you. If you're throwing, you can't basically drop lower than, I want to say 10 pins below
10
your
pin drop rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just put
You
that
can't
in
fall-
play this season.
Yeah, you can't fall anything below that. Once you're established, you can't drop below that.
But yeah,
For our league just did
between
a 10 pin drop, and it's honestly, they also up the handicap percentage, so it's not a true like balance. I mean, it's balanced, but it's because we have two really high average bowlers or teams. now, making it more competitive, and everyone freaked out and got all pissy. But um, still, it's leveled the playing field enough to where it's like consistent now. I think that just needs to carry over in the tournaments a bit more.
But yeah, I like the fact that, if somebody comes in and is a known sandbagger, the TD can go, nope, I'm re-rating you. I'm dropping your handicap. This is what I'm rating you towards. And it evens the playing field.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, growing the sport is I don't know. There's a lot to it. There's a lot more than just any one answer. I think too, or it's like I don't know. It's very underrepresented at so many levels. Obviously, I'm trying identified a couple spots, but there's so many ways the sport could grow and take off. It's no one thing is the answer. Like I don't know that apparel is the full answer, but it's a good start in the right direction and getting some extra eyes back on the sport and kind of make it look good again, for better or worse. It's like I like my jersey, but I'm not wearing it to the grocery store ever again, type of thing.
Well,
there's no point. I can't do it.
and
It goes in the bag.
I'll give you a disc golf reference because disc golf exploded during the COVID era.
Yep.
But there was one jump off point that really started disc golf's renaissance and explosion in this modern era. And that was James Conrad throwing the holy shot at the Worlds. Bowling needs a holy shot moment. And if we get a holy shot moment, that will springboard us into the next era. Don't ask me what that holy shot moment's going to be because we can't exactly throw a miraculous 275-yard shot that winds up in the cage. We can't do that, but we need something similar that draws eyes.
Yeah, I agree. Keeping the PBA on television is obviously good, but how do you expand off of that too? Because
it needs to get off of cable. It needs to go back to broadcast television, and they're starting to do that this year.
Yeah.
And
right? Yeah, they just moved off of Fox, right?
Yeah.
And they also need a streaming platform that is not behind a paywall.
Yeah, well, everything's a paywall streaming now, and it sucks. What started as anti-cable is now just very expensive micro transactions of cable packaging. It's not fun. I'm like, oh, there's $30 to Netflix. Oh, there's $20 to
they
here.
literally everyone's got their hand in that bucket right now, 100%. The streaming system, cable systems, all that, 100%.
Yeah, that's going to stay behind the paywall because that's how they're going to make any sort of revenue. How they use that revenue, I think, is the deeper question, though. Of like,
what are they charging? What are they charging for Bowl TV now?
I don't know. I think it was $20 a month last night. Maybe 10. I have no idea. Maybe someone in the chat knows. I didn't sign up for it, obviously. So.
See, now that even if you can't make it solely not behind a paywall, you can reduce your monthly fee to something like Bowl TV to $4.99 a month, get more eyes on it, and then sell advertising, and that's how you get your revenue off of it.
I'm sure they already have advertising too, but even if it was
the advertising,
if you
not
registered
the money because
with
they're not getting the eyes on it because Bowl TV is too expensive.
Yeah, they should. Honestly, if you have a registered USB-C number, they should give it to you, from within that previous season. You should get a discounted rate, like a student rate, but for a registered bowler rate. And I think they might get more eyes on that way just from, oh shit, it's only $10 or, X dollars for the season and I have access to all of it. And I don't know, compile some educational resources behind it, make it interactive and something that, people can learn and develop from.
Because when bowling
now we're getting really deep. Now my brain is like, wait a second. ADHD rabbit hole. Here we go.
when PBA bowling was attached with Flow Sports, I paid for Flow Sports, but I could literally go back to the 1990s and watch PBA tournaments on Flow Bowling.
Yep.
I had Flow Bowling on all the freaking time. So if you could have that level of access to not only your like qualifying and your match play and things like that, but you also have all of those tournament backdates in the digital library. That's how you could reduce the cost of Bowl TV and just advertise the ever living crap on all the VODs.
I think something bowling doesn't do enough of in general. You have your Packies, you have your David, your Tangs, you have a handful of like. Scroll through and go look at any pro bowler's TikTok. Not great. Instagram, a little bit better. Facebook, mediocre at best. I think a lot of it can start there too, where it's like bring that same bowl TV aspect, but put those clips into just social media. Like pump social media with content on that front too, and get your viewership up through that facet, because no one's taking it serious enough from a marketing perspective, period. But the price is obviously like that sucks. I don't know.
I definitely agree
It's
with you.
$16 a month, Jolly. Holy shit! Yeah, that's why I'm not paying for that.
I definitely agree that they should be using everything that they have. All the multimedia that we have, right? Instagram, 100%. TikTok. I mean,
there's no one doing it. Well,
right? They have no platform right now.
None.
And honestly, if they put some time into using those platforms, it would be a good push for them. 100%. They could make a lot of money and get newer bowlers into bowling again, and bring people into bowling alleys if they used those tools.
Dillard, I'm going to assume your comment is like, no one has time to make content when you have a full-time job. But if that's the case, I have a full-time job right now and building a second job on top of it. And I'm still finding time to make a 10-minute video or 5-minute. Well, it's like an hour's worth of work each day. But like, there's time. It doesn't have to be great content for it to even work. I mean, look at my I'm not going to call my content shit publicly, but I just did. Like, been posting, 25 days? Like, I'm not, first time I've ever even done a live in this sense. Like, I'm no content creator savant over here. Let's be honest. And it's like,
hey man, we all start someplace.
It's working though. And like, awareness around spareware is at an all. I hit 800 followers as I went live with you guys. And I went,
hell yeah, dude.
Holy shit. In a month. Dillard, you have time. Just film yourself doing something. I don't know. I'm not. But DM me. I'll. Now I'm gonna launch a consulting firm on bowling content. Apparently, Pickles will be president in chief on that one, because I'm not actually gonna do it. But yeah, you can do. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
We're growing the bowling community on this platform, and we're a bunch of everyman bowlers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, if the PBA dedicated enough time to get into this platform and put some effort into it, the bowling sector of TikTok would grow exponentially.
Agreed. 100%. Dillard, I don't even know how to edit videos, and I'm 35, man. I'm sitting in my car in front of a lake in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan while it's snowing. Not great content from me right now, and yet here we are. It's working, somewhat.
It all comes down to like a few years ago you had the girls basketball debacle, right? Everyone's like, oh, they're underpaid or this. Well, it's because they don't have the viewership, and that's what they're doing right now. They're putting the marketing into it to get more viewership. How could you get more spectators in bowling in some way to generate revenue with it? That's the downside.
We're on it right now.
No, I understand that, but how can they make it a main event to where people have to buy tickets, concessions, jerseys, da 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 da? It'd be very hard.
They need to self-promote.
Yeah.
Right. No, I
agree. The day, I mean, they need to get it on TV, that it's for everyone to be able to see and get them excited about it, to get them involved.
Right. No, I agree.
You know, part of it too, I think, like, let's consider us all the old heads at this point, though. Like, they're not putting any money into growing the sport at the youth level. Outside of Cobra, you're the first
Yeah.
person I've ever heard that says your youth leagues are like stacked and decked out. I don't know what you guys are doing in Ohio, but no one else is doing that. If if they truly wanted to like make it grow the sport, you have to grow it at the. We're done. It's we might see the renaissance at the tail end of our time within it, but the youth, we need to pass the torch to them. And if we're not getting more and more of them involved with the sport today, then the sport will continue to die out. But if we can capture them and give them the torch and let them take it, then we've done our part. And we just have to, it's like
Well,
I have a
and
kid,
that's
and it's
the
like I want it better for him than I ever even had the chance at. Same thing. We want better for the sport. We just have to be able to give them the torch and say, keep going, don't stop.
I
and
was gonna
that's the
say you
one
can
thing that they
always.
did great with the PBA is the Junior Gold program. The Junior Gold program is huge now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say you can
it's
ask Skylar about it. She's big into the juniors and stuff, and
hmm
she's doing a lot for the younger community, and she's helped them build it up too. So I mean, there are people around there doing it. It just we got to get more focus on it somehow.
yep. I and
Cause
I
that
like I don't even know where to start with that other than like I know a few coaches at the high school and youth level, and it's like there's kids out there that still don't have their own bowling shoes, using house shoes or
Yeah.
using used shoes from someone else. Like that's a whole different problem, for another time. But it's like at least a week I can do as a leader of a hopefully someday full brand is like support that,
Do what?
donate money and resources, buy the shoes for them. We've already, I think,
Oh,
donated
I
four
did.
pairs of
Yeah.
shoes at this point. It's
And
like
we're not supposed to get
it's
anything
not
else
about the
either.
money. I want nothing in return. I just want the sport to grow.
That's a
Yeah.
plus.
If those four high schoolers
We
go
didn't
on to
get
be
anything
pros
from it.
someday, they didn't have to learn in house shoes or someone else's old used smelly bowling shoes. They have their own shoes to learn in. That's all that matters. And it's just making it accessible again too, because it's an accessible sport, but it's also stupid expensive to get into if you get really into it.
Oh yeah.
Case in point, bowling balls launching every other week or every other month. It's like I work full time and I want to buy every new bowling ball and don't have the ability to buy every bowling ball. They're $200 a pop once you get them drilled. Then you got to get the bags to carry it. So
But yeah, I mean, and like I said, with the point with the Junior Gold, I mean, this
yeah.
most recent wave of this new PBA talent, Bradley Martinez, Ethan Foye,
hmm
Anthony Nyer, all those guys came through the Junior Gold program.
I do like the new junior gold program, and I do think it's doing well, but I guess not even in the like context of like a tournament esque type piece like that. It's like how do you just get more kids involved? Like how do you make your Saturday youth league take over the whole center? All 30, 20 lanes at every center across the board, especially at your privately operated ones. No offense to Bolero, but like we all know and have thoughts there. It's not they're not they're not doing us
What?
any good. Um, I'm
What?
Huh?
trying
Sorry.
to
What?
remain semi
They, they
neutral as
they own the
best as I
PBA.
can.
What? What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What? They own the
What? What?
PBA. What?
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 What? What? Are we rapping right now? What? Um, you know, it's just like Golds is great from a very young age. They may not, it doesn't even have to be about the pros. If you just have more people bowling casually, competitively, league tournaments, it doesn't matter. More people bowling all the time, the sport will just naturally grow and
So,
evolve.
yeah.
I don't even, yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean,
Yes, Jolly.
and
It's all about dollars for them.
and
Oh
Dillard
yeah.
made a good point. Is a lot of these kids that are going through that have went through the junior gold programs. They're very dependent on urethane. The USBC is trying to do things that they can do to curtail that. But this most recent ruling on the urethane was a half-ass call. They need to either outright ban it or do nothing at all. This half-ass resolutions aren't going to do anything.
Never used a urethane ball. Not that competitive of a bowler. I just do it because I enjoy it.
I mean,
But I do agree
they could
it's a very targeted thing for urethane. Like, I don't know. You just
I think they could do more youth tournaments, like Skylar was saying, and the payout go into their Snap accounts for college. I mean, that would encourage kids to want to bowl more, even if they don't are not on a bowling team. It could still be money put towards their college, or you know, something like that.
Tournaments. Yeah.
Well, and
that's how I started bowling was because of a
lot of the
scholarship
tournaments.
potential.
Yeah, a lot of the tournaments in my area, they do allow youth if they sign the Snap waiver.
Yep.
Any money that they earn
Smart
during
waiver,
the
you mean?
tournament. Yeah. All the money they earn goes directly into their scholarship funds, and they can't touch it until they go to school.
Yeah.
So
I meant to say
at
smart.
least in my area, they are allowing a lot more youth bowlers with that caveat to get youth into the tournament game.
Yeah, most of our tournaments out on the Chicago area are like that too. But again, we have a lot of centers do tournaments. There's one league or tournament director who does a very good job at identifying those rules and putting those in place and communicating it as well to grow the sport in that way. And his tournaments are top notch. If you bowl at any tournaments at any level and then bowl his, you can immediately tell the difference when they're ran well and a lot of care is done and put behind it. And he doesn't take anything out of it. He just does it because he loves it. And that's all you can ask for.
But like here in Ohio, just recently, I think they're going to start allowing NIL deals in high school. So you don't have to worry about that. Oh, they got paid off type deal to make them ineligible. So I that could be a way to target younger bowlers. You know.
NIL money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it would be easier to grow content through bowling than almost anybody else. You know. I mean,
Yeah,
you take Sarah Bowles, for example. Look at what she's created, you know.
Yep.
And
yeah, it's NIL money's like for me is like a slippery slope. I don't love what it's done in other sports. You know, it's like made it kind of pay to win to a certain degree, but everything kind of is too. So.
I mean, it was already pay to win. I'd much rather them get a certified check from the NCAA than to get a check in an envelope from a booster.
Fair.
Right.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
I
just
think
not
just
hidden no more.
yeah. Maybe it was the detail better left unsaid than it is, you know, making it public. But I do think it's a good start. You know, NIL money being pumped into bowling at that level is a good start, though, because I don't know, it's just a weird slippery slope.
You got to play the system to your advantage and
Yep.
use it to your advantage. Also, you know, take it to that level. If they're going to allow it, do it.
100%.
Well, without being crooked about it or being bought out by somebody to throw a game or something. Don't get me wrong there, but I'm just saying use it to get to the next level. If your goal is to go to college and you know you can't afford it and you have the opportunity to load it into a smart account for your college through bowling, use it.
I agree. Now I just need to figure out how to get to that level where I can afford to spend all the NIL money I want. But it's going to take a lot of shirts.
I get that.
Well, and that's the other thing is like when I was going through school, I mean, bowling wasn't even in D1. It was all D2. So if you wanted to bowl in college, you're going to a D2 school. At the time, Lindenwood, Central Missouri State, Wichita State, those were your
big ones.
Those were your three bowling hotbeds. McKendree eventually came along with that. Mobap now has a bowling team, but I mean, when I was going to school, I had to choose whether or not I wanted to try to continue to play baseball or to bowl because they were in the same season. And unfortunately, I chose incorrectly. If I could go back in time, I would go to Central Missouri State and bowl.
I didn't even know that you could bowl in college until post college. Like that's how little awareness there was, at least for me in my realm. Like, yes, I knew there was scholarship money potential, but I didn't know you could go bowl in college. So I went the other route and I said, Uncle Sam, take 8 years of my life and give me some money for it and pay for some college. And now my body hates me half the time. But you know, I didn't know. There was no awareness around it. There was no, hey, you should look into this. It was just, yeah, I bowled. I won some money for scholarship. I don't even know if I ever found it or used it or whatever, but it's like wasn't much. I think it was probably like $150, but like had I known younger in life, had I been established in the sport of bowling at a younger age, indoctrinated, if you will, I would have probably pursued that at a higher level. I didn't know about it. No one told me, no one thought to tell me or teach us, and the education part is so crazy there too. It goes real deep.
Yeah, I mean the only reason I knew about it is literally I was taking a college campus tour at Central Missouri State, and they went to the bowling alley there because I was like, "Hey, do you have a bowling alley on campus?" And I saw their national championship banner, and I was like, "That's a thing?" They're like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing."
That's the thing with a thing.
But anyway, boys, it is 11 o'clock y'all's time, 10 o'clock our time, and I'm sure it's a nice break from the in-laws if you have great in-laws. But
The lights are still on. I got to be selective.
it's time to start wrapping her up for the week here, boys.
For sure.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys. This was a very interesting and fun first live ever in my first month of content creation. I appreciate you guys, Pickles, taking the chance on a cold DM and essentially a cold call to actually talk and learn what you guys are about. This was great. I love what you guys are doing, and I'll support you guys however I can. And I don't know, Pickles, if you told them, but I got shirts coming for all three of you. I just got to get them in first, and then
awesome.
in, then out. I promise, though, Kober and Pickles, I'm a little bit faster getting to the mailbox than Steve. So I might have to build a whole business model on that. Steve, if you need notes, I'll help. Okay?
I got mine hand delivered. I mean,
You
I
did.
got mine relatively quick.
Would you like me to drive to Ohio to hand deliver it for you?
No, I hand delivered his. At this point, you may get your stuff at the Dylan the Tate Memorial.
Yeah.
But shoot me a message.
Yep.
We'll talk about
Anytime,
the
guys.
ideas that we've got and see if you can help us out with some supply.
Yep. You guys have, or at least Pickles has my actual personal number, so feel free to share it amongst the team here. And
Yeah, absolutely.
no, you guys are up to get some cool things with your series here and all the content you guys put out. I appreciate it as a bowler, not even as someone trying to launch a brand within the sport, but as a bowler myself, I appreciate it. It's helped, I'm sure, many others as well. And just keep up with all the good work, and hopefully this isn't the last time I join you guys. Just hopefully the last time in a car for at least a little while.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, Coach, closing words.
First thing, thank you, everybody. We couldn't
Absolutely.
do this without your support. We do really appreciate everything you do. We got some big things coming for you guys, so it's all in love for you guys, and hopefully we're going to give back to you guys a little bit too. So my approach, my lane, stay in yours.
Pickles.
I want to say thank you. Obviously, and make sure you check out his gear, Spareware. Can't thank you enough for being on tonight. And as we always say, either kick rocks or throw rocks.
Absolutely. I will piggyback off of what those two guys said. We cannot be more appreciable for what you guys have done supporting us over this last, 6 months now?
Yep.
Good God. That's amazing. When this idea came up, if you would have told us we'd be here in 6 months, we would have laughed at you probably. But we appreciate it. We couldn't do any of it without any of you guys, without our great guests, without our great supporters. There will never be a last time. So till the next time, we're out of here.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.